y'all, it's Amy from harrishomesteadblog.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make some fermented pickles. So these are a couple of jars that I actually just fermented last week, so this is what they will look like when they're finished. This is the exact same recipe as the fermented jalapenos that I recently shared on this channel. I'll link it in the cards above if you want to check that one out as well. My husband and I really love the jalapenos, but our son, he isn't able to eat the spicy foods yet, so he enjoys these pickles. We cut them up very small for him. So like I said, it's the exact same recipe for the fermented jalapenos. Any fermented vegetable is going to follow this ratio of making a saltwater brine and then submerging the vegetable in the brine for several days out on your counter. So we'll go ahead and begin. You're going to need to start a pot of water, and I have 4 cups of water, and then I'll do 2.5 tablespoons of salt. We'll let that start dissolving while I chop the cucumbers. So I only have 4 cucumbers left from our farmer's market visit last weekend. We ate a few on our salads yesterday. As you can see, these are the typical pickle coins, and these are the pickle slices. So you can do it either way you prefer. When you ferment a vegetable, you're letting all of the good bacteria that's present on the vegetable to proliferate and spread through your saltwater brine. So I did not wash these in extremely hot water. You don't want to sterilize them. We'll add our cucumber slices to a clean mason jar. So I only got one of my fermenting weights because I thought I was only going to need 1 jar. I may end up needing both. But as I mentioned in the fermented jalapenos video, if you do not have these fermenting weights, you can always use a Ziploc bag with a couple of rocks to hold down your vegetable. I'll show you my bag of rocks if I end up needing it. I'll go ahead and do these in slices since I did these in the coins. So I'm just going to fourth these. I'm going to half, and then fourth, and then drop them in. These are wonderful cut up on a salad, a burger, by themselves. So I don't have that many in this one, but it won't matter. I'll just use my weight to hold them down. I'll tell you a little bit about the fermenting time. This set of pickles has been fermenting for about 4 days. The fermenting time will depend on the temperature in your home, the time of the year, and your taste preference. So cucumbers are one of the vegetables that I don't like to ferment for as long because the cucumbers will become mushy when they turn into pickles, and I like more of a crunchy pickle. So I'll probably go ahead and stop these today and put them in the fridge. 4 to 5 days is what I do for pickles. Sauerkraut, jalapenos, I do more like 5 to 7. But again, it is completely up to your taste preference and the temperature outside, the temperature in your home. In the winter, these will not ferment as fast. Fermenting is all about your taste preference. My saltwater brine is dissolved. So to ferment a vegetable, you're letting that saltwater brine submerge your vegetable. The salt will inhibit any bad bacteria from continuing to grow, allowing the good bacteria to spread throughout your brine and ferment the vegetable. So this creates those good probiotics that we need daily for better digestion and a stronger immune system and gut healthy benefits. So I already mentioned I don't want to sterilize these pickles, so that's why I didn't wash them in really, really hot water. So I'm going to let this brine cool off a little bit before I pour it over my cucumbers. Alright, my brine has cooled enough so that it will not sterilize my vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and pour over my saltwater brine. You just want to fill it enough so that your cucumbers are submerged. Okay, I'm going to throw a few of these in here so that my weight will fit. So the fermenting weights, I will link in the description box below. They come in a pack of 4, but my other 3 are currently being used on my sauerkraut and my jalapenos. So I'm going to use this one here. When I ferment vegetables, I usually have a glass casserole dish to put them in so that whenever that brine leaks over, it does not go all over the countertop. Hold over the sink for this one. I'm just pressing out some of that extra brine. I forgot to mention, since I already have this batch of pickles, it already has that good bacteria full of probiotics in the brine. So this is just a little trick if you already have something that's been fermented. take a little bit of the brine from this batch and toss it in here. That is just kind of give it a jump start on the fermenting process. This is totally optional. If you don't already have something fermenting, then don't worry about it. Okay, so I only have one weight. I guess I could take the weight out of here, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rock trick. So I took this out of my last batch of pickles. Just have a couple of rocks in a Ziploc bag that I'm gonna press down. I will hold my cucumbers under the brine while they ferment and turn into those delicious pickles. As with any fermented vegetable, you want to loosely place the lid on top to allow any of the gases that are a byproduct of the fermentation process to escape. They make fermenting lids, but this works just fine. Loosely screw the lid and leave it on your counter. I'm gonna leave these out about 4 days so that they stay a little bit crunchy, but with that little bit of a sour, tangy flavor of a pickle. So I think you will really enjoy these if you like pickles. If you like spicy foods, I would highly recommend making the fermented jalapenos. I will have it linked in the cards as well as in the description box below. I will have a free printable for this with the brine ratio. Once you know the brine ratio, you don't really need a recipe, but I will have it linked below if you'd like to check that out. Write it down, pin it on your Pinterest board, wherever you might save your recipes. I also have a free ebook that I will have linked in the description box below. If you're interested in beginning your fermenting journey, check that out. It gives you some ideas of things to ferment and the ratios to ferment them in. This pickle recipe is included, the jalapenos are included, it has a yogurt recipe, milk kefir, fermented carrots, just some really good, easy fermenting items to begin with. So if you've never fermented a vegetable, I would highly recommend you just pick one vegetable to start with. They are so easy. I literally just use salt, water, and cucumbers and weights or a bag of rocks. You don't have to have fancy tools to begin fermenting. So I hope you enjoyed this fermented pickles video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I post 2 new videos each week on our homegrown lifestyle at our Wholesome Homestead. Thank y'all for stopping by.